How's it going, everybody? So, at Trey Stokes Daily Bible Studies, this channel, when you click playlist, the November 12th theories are up and they're in order. When you click it, you'll get the very first video as the 2001 A Space Odyssey, because that's what it's all about. That's what kicked all this off is that song. And that, along with the second video, it's pretty interesting, but it always is, and nothing ever ends up happening. So, no big deal. Let's continue on in our studies. Today we start Daniel 3. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold whose height was 3 cubits, excuse me, 3 score cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Then the princes, the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. And Herod cried aloud and said, to you it is commanded, O people and nations and languages, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, that you fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king have set up. And whoever doesn't fall down and worship, that same hour shall be cast in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, at the time when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshiped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. All right, that's the end of that column. Let's go to the New Testament study in John. We do move over a few verses, 3 verses, 51, 52, 53, and 7. Then we move over to John 8. Doth our law judge any man before it hear him and know what he doeth? They answered and said unto him, art thou also of Galilee? Search and look, for out of Galilee ariseth no prophet. And every man went unto his own house. Jesus went to the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into that previous was per yesterday's study, and talking about how, you know, the Christ will certainly not come from Galilee. He's supposed to come from Bethlehem. So that was just the closing of that there. Jesus went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and the Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery. And when they had set her up in the midst, they said unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what do you say? This they said, tempting him that they might have a reason to accuse him. Jesus stooped down with his finger and wrote on the ground as though he didn't even hear him. So when they continued asking him, he lifted himself up and said unto them, he that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, of course, the Spirit led them to do that, went out one by one, beginning with the oldest, even unto the very last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. End of today's study. I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.